Hey, this is Marcus Washington from MTC Media here, still at Capital One Center as Georgetown falls to Dartmouth 69-60. You could really hear a lot of my wrap up there on Kente Corner. If you follow me at MTC with Mook, you'll get the link on Kente Corner. But I did want to check in. This is one of those games where Georgetown gets off to a very, very slow start, got down by more than 20 points. Part of it was on the defensive end. Defensively, they did not deal well with Dartmouth. They knew coming into this game that Dartmouth was going to attempt a lot of threes. I left my stat packet back in the back, and I'm not going to go get it now, but I believe Dartmouth attempted 38 threes, made 16 of them. It's inexcusable that they got 38 of them off when you consider that you knew coming in that Dartmouth was going to try to attempt at least 30 threes, and truly was really the only way that they could win this game was to be effective from behind the line, and they certainly did that. Now, for Georgetown, we talked about the freshmen and the pregame. I mean, Amonu Muhammad was everything that he was advertised. Got off to a slow start. Looked like one of those high school kids that are used to beating someone on a particular move, and you get to the college level, and when you go to finish that move, there's someone waiting for you at the basket to contest. But then he settled down. He was great. He led Georgetown in scoring today. I thought he was their best player on offense, but this game fell apart defensively, and Georgetown's inability to cover the three-point line and to get out and get into help and to get out and to contest. They just weren't good at those things. Dartmouth running things with Princeton principles, and it was really Dartmouth's ability to get 2 feet in the lane. And I, as asked Patrick Ewing about it afterwards. As far as on the other end, Georgetown only shooting 9 free throws, and he talked about the fact that again they couldn't get 2 feet in the lane. They couldn't get the penetration and get those kicks and those open looks. And Dartmouth was, and he talked about a little bit defensively that he felt like they allowed Dartmouth to get too much penetration. That opens up their entire offense. As I tweeted all throughout the game, Dartmouth's offense is going to be there if you allow them to get the 2 feet in the lane, and you have to stop penetration, and you have to stay in front of your guy, and you have to flatten them out. If you flatten them out, those threes aren't there, and then they have to play a little bit more conventional. And I know Georgetown was trying to guard against the backdoor cut, but at some point you've got to take a risk that your length can take away that backdoor cut, and that your ball pressure can take away completing the pass on the backdoor cut, and you can't keep slumping. And I felt like the guys kept slumping, never made the adjustment of running guys off the line. I'll give Georgetown this much. They were down by 21, 22 points. They came all the way back, took the lead at 50-48. But then, man, maybe it's one of those things where you spend so much energy coming back. Dartmouth would go on an 18-3 run, which was the defining run. And I really thought at the end, what was defining was on the three-pointer that really put the game away. Dartmouth got a penetration kick, and Barry hits the three-pointer that really seals the game at the end. Georgetown has a lot of things to work on. They are young, but right now it was one of those things where you didn't feel like they adjusted to Dartmouth's style of play, despite the fact that they knew what Dartmouth was going to do. So the next opponent is American. American might not run the exact same sets, but the principles that American use is the same as Dartmouth. They don't shoot as many threes with it. They're going to look to get 2 feet in the paint. They're going to look to dump down opposite box. They're going to look to penetrate more. They're a little bit more athletic than what Dartmouth is. So they're trying to get in the lane, and maybe out on that pass, instead of it's a three, it's attack the rotation to try to get to the front of the rim. There's going to be things that AU is going to be different, that they're going to do different, but the principles of what American wants to do, it's going to be in line with Dartmouth and what Dartmouth did today. So it's a situation. We will see how much Georgetown can do in a short period of time, because they get back on the court Tuesday to adjust to these problems that dogged them today. And we'll get a good canvas to see how much they worked on it and how effective they could be on what they worked on. Okay, again, this is Marcus Washington from MTC Media here at Cap One. Dartmouth upsets Georgetown, was favored by 15.5 points, 69-60.